welcome to the season finale of the FRW podcast. Last episode, we had a very special guest on our show, our very own social media manager and customer service specialist, McKenna. This episode, we thought we'd switch it up a little bit, and Mike is actually going to interview me.
I'm so pumped!
So pumped!
To be able to do this, guys. I think that, number one, flipping the script is going to be fun because you're always doing the asking of the questions.
That is true.
And now you got to be doing the answering because it is a very pleasant surprise to me that the podcast assistant slash manager slash director now is also a very talented graphic designer. And how did we even come across that as far as discovering that as a skill? How did that come up? Because you're a podcast person.
Yes. I think you and Alyssa were kind of complaining about making web banners on Canva. And I stepped in and I said, hey, I really like working on Canva. Can I try it? And it was for the Havana collection. And you were like, sure, go for it. And I just made a web banner in 2 minutes. And you guys were like, wait, what?
What was the first web banner?
The Havana one. With the couple.
Yes.
And the male.
Yep, with the T.
Mm-hmm.
So have you always, because Canva's an awesome program. Shout out to Canva. If you guys don't know what it is, go play on it. It's fantastic.
It's really easy to use.
What have you always been drawing? Is it just on computers, or how did that get started?
Actually, I was supposed to go to fashion school. When I was younger in high school, I took a bunch of fashion classes all through high school, and I was obsessed with it. And I wanted to be a fashion merchandiser and designer. And I got in some trouble senior year after I had gotten into the Academy of Art in San Francisco. And my dad told me I wasn't responsible enough to be able to go to a trade school. So I ended up going to Humboldt State instead, and it squashed my fashion dreams. But I've always had the creative gene. I'm never by any means good with numbers, good with science, good with that sort of thing, but I'm a savant for music lyrics and scripts, and I just really, I don't know, I see designs in my head, and that's pretty much, I'm just totally right-brained.
Do you feel when you say savant in lyrics, are you you can remember lyrics?
Yes.
You hear it once and you remember it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so impressed with that because I can hear a song 20 times and still not get the lyrics on the 20th time.
It's
bad.
It's a blessing and a curse because I know Kanye West songs and Taylor Swift songs just because.
So you can't control.
I can't control it.
It's just
Yeah.
It's open writing. It just gets committed to memory.
I can still tell you the Phineas and Ferb theme song. I can tell you the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody theme song. It's all up in here.
So, that's interesting. And as far as graphic design is concerned, do you memorize the images that you see as well? Can you recall those, or is it new every time? Do you see an image and recall it because it's stored to memory like you do with the words?
If it's something that I've thought in my head, for the most part, yeah. For instance, the alien design that's on the FAM collection. I saw that in my head the night before I came down here and made all the graphics. And
when you say the night before, you saw it in your head.
Yeah.
You were laying in bed.
Yeah, I was laying in. No, actually, I was driving back from a show, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be sick. I gotta remember this." And pretty much if I scanned it out of my brain, it went onto Canva. That's exactly what it looked like when I thought of it.
That's awesome. So, do you think that Canva, your brain is creating stuff that now sort of works within what Canva is capable of doing? Do you think that you're sort of having a merging of the technological capabilities of Canva and what your brain produces? Do you limit yourself into that, or you still find that you're pushing past the boundaries of what Canva can do?
I definitely think that it has enhanced my creative abilities because I'm not a very good drawer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I can see really awesome things in my head, and the second I try to draw it or paint it, it just doesn't work out for me. But Canva has definitely helped in the sense that because I really like geometric patterns and stuff, so I've been able to really take something I've seen in my head and definitely utilize Canva to make it come alive. However, I do need to figure out Illustrator soon because there's roadblocks that have come up to me where I just can't find that clip art, or I can't upload the picture the way I want to off of Google, and it's just not working for me. Yeah. So I definitely have to figure out Illustrator soon so I can not plateau in my creativity skills.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I think that it's clearly a major talent of yours, because you were able to come up with the FRW Fam collection, which is what I would like to highlight next, in such an amazingly short period of time that it really was like shocking. I left you at the desk, and then like a day later, like, hey, 70 products are up. Go check it out. So why don't you go ahead and like talk to us about a couple of the products, maybe the ones that you like most or the designs you like most, and we can just go from there, because I love all of them, and I just actually got my first men's performance tee in today.
Yeah,
and it feels great.
He's sporting it right now, you guys. The Geometric FRW original.
It's awesome. I'm so pumped, and the material is like actually really nice.
Yeah, it looks and feels sort of like the Under Armour material,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like nice and stretchy. So my favorite design is the Moonchild design. Not the one that's the smaller one, but the one with the FRW logo and the stars behind it. That comes on various different things. I believe that's on leggings. There's a backpack with it on it. There is a men's shirt. There is a pair of socks. The socks are probably my other favorite. The leggings and the socks.
Is it the Moonchild socks?
Yes, I believe. Yeah, the Moon Geodala socks.
Yeah. See, I haven't ordered the socks yet, and I might just wear it every day of the week. So this is gonna get really intense really fast.
Oh yeah, as soon as we get all these sample sizes in, I'm gonna be sporting it all around school, and then when I get to my classes, I'm gonna stand up. This is the FRW Fam collection I was talking about.
Get it. We'll get you set up with a code so you can hustle at the during your classes. Your teacher's gonna be like, okay, we get it. You're plugging the merch.
Oh, actually, so I'm taking a social media branding class, and
Nice.
one of the projects is to like either enhance a social media account or start from scratch. And I was going to use you guys and be like, okay, we're at 10,000 followers or whatever it is, and then like see if we can push it. And I have to set a specific goal of like 300 more followers or something, so we can definitely use that as a fun little tool as we're showing off all of the FRW merch.
Yeah, that's awesome. There's a lot of really cool ways that we could measure and track that, so that for your class you can show your prof like, yo, this is what we did. I know one thing off the bat that would get a lot of followers is if we do a contest with this stuff. So we can do a contest and connect it to our like contest platform, and it'll show us how many people came in and followed from Instagram, or
That
like
would
went
be
to
really
YouTube
sick.
or did all of that. So we'll talk more about that, because
Yes,
that's
we
actually
will.
really cool. And so everybody, you just heard, yes, we will be having a FRW Fam collection giveaway, probably in the neighborhood of like $500. It's going to be a steal. We're gonna get you set up. So
You can rock all your favorite Ricky designs at any event, festival. You want to be comfy at a festival. You don't want to always, get your rave booty showing. You want to maybe wear some comfy socks, some leggings, maybe a hoodie. Maybe it's a colder desert event, but you still want to look super fly. We got the octopus design too. The octopus one is really cool. Octopi have always been my favorite sea creature, of course, aside from mermaids. But I saw this octopus design in my head the night before too, actually, and I was really hoping that Canva had a clip art of a octopus that had its tentacles up, like in the ability to hold something, and it was very symmetrical, and they did. And so I put the little FRW triangle in the top of it, and then I just added a whole bunch of different geometric patterns around it. So I had a lot of fun with that.
yeah, this one, because I'm looking at it on the laptop cover. FYI, laptop cover, guys.
Yes, we have laptop covers
Really-
as well.
Really hooking it up. And it's cool because it's behold.
This
right?
is the FRW.
This is your path.
Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome. And when I look at these designs, like obviously we're really excited to be able to have more products come out and give additional variety to our product line because we've obviously been a rave store and like, we've been manufacturing rave clothes, so we haven't had, and we've got a lot of requests for these things, but we haven't had a lot of like men's shirts and a lot of like women's regular everyday shirts. So what other designs are in your head? What do you feel like? I mean, this is the Frw Fam collection, but what's next? Have you dreamt anything else at night?
Yes. So I have 2 ideas so far, 3 ideas actually. Soon I want to release a Halloween edition, so there's gonna be like, you know, skeletons, spiders, voodoo kind of things, like all those really creepy things, so that you can, you know, if you have a dress up day at work and you don't want to go crazy, you can just wear your witchy looking shirt and then you can be in the festivities. And as far as that goes, I kind of want to have like tiny little holiday collections as we go through the holidays, like a snowman, like a clear looking snowman or something when Christmas comes, and so on and so forth. Also funny sayings. And I urge all of the FRW followers to send me things that you would like to see on a t-shirt. For instance, your bro is showing, or I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs. I want to hear all of your funny little sayings so you can have it on a shirt, and maybe that'll spark a conversation for you.
So they should send it to your email?
Yes, you can send all of your funny sayings to ricky@freedomravewear.com. And I will heavily consider them as long as they're not, you know, super inappropriate.
Yeah, and if we choose yours, you'll get one for free.
Yes.
So send in your sayings, guys, because this could be really, really beneficial.
This could be a good time. Let's collab together, guys.
That's awesome. What's, so, you know, obviously, like, this is all going to Freedom Ravewear Festival, EDM, all of this, but, like, how did you get started in the scene? What was your go?
So, I've always been very much attracted to EDM music ever since I was like 12. And the first EDM song I ever heard, I remember, was Bloody Beetroots and Steve Aoki, Warp 2.0. Do you remember that song? It's like 1, 2, whoop, whoop. I remember hearing that when I was like 12. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. And I started looking up more stuff by like Steve Aoki. Like, I can't remember any of the other. I was just on Pandora, I think, back then, and I obviously wanted to go to raves, but I was young. I couldn't. I definitely looked all of the rave looks up on Tumblr back when it was, you know, fluffies and those crazy hair things and whatnot. I didn't actually get to go to my first rave until I got to college because my parents didn't let me. I went to Snow Globe 2014, and I wouldn't go again, but it was definitely a really amazing first-time rave experience. I walked into Disclosure's set, and I almost started crying. I was like, this is beautiful. I had a really great time, and then right after I got back from Snow Globe, I bought my EDC ticket, and so on and so forth. It just kind of, I changed from, you know, punk chick to rave chick overnight, basically.
Nice. So, like, so you said Steve Aoki, who were the, like, heavy artist influences? I mean, I'm curious to see what attracted you into it, or was it more just the culture, the experience, or was it the music, or all of it together? It was
all of it together, but the artists that really got me going were like Flux Pavilion. I remember I saw Drezzo, and that really was amazing for me. I used to like Borgore a lot, but not so much anymore. Definitely more of like on the dubstep side, though. Is what attracted me, and house as well. Recently, I've been more into like Wax Motif, AC Slater, Excision, all of those sorts of things.
Nice. So do you think you have a pretty good beat on like EDM music as a whole? Like,
I think so.
Okay, so give me a prediction. Where do you think, like, what genre? So what would you say is the most like prevalent or emerging genre right now? Like, what are
I think dubstep is pretty big right now.
Yeah.
Because of the rise of Excision putting on all of his tours. Yeah. And I think most of the shows I hear about in LA recently have been dubstep shows. And like Rhythm is really rising right now. I don't think Rhythm was really all that big not too long ago.
It definitely wasn't. I mean, save a few DJs in the back, doing a closing set.
Yeah.
As far as like where you think the music is going, is there, because what would you say last year was? Like, what was the trend last year?
I think the trend last year was like house music.
Yeah, it was like future house.
Yeah, future house, definitely.
So, as it ebbs and flows, what do you think is the next sort of like popular genre, or like are the bass heads here to stay? Like,
I think bass heads will always be here to stay just because it's created such a crazy following. I really think that drum and bass is starting to pick up. And I know that you want it to. Because I never really saw a whole bunch of drum and bass coming up on like my Spotify until recently.
Yeah.
And not just because I've been playing drum and bass, but it comes up on those like predisposed albums that they put up for you that have nothing to do with what you already play, really. Yeah. So I think drum and bass is going to be the next up-and-comer.
I completely agree, obviously. Like,
yes.
It's funny because if you come in here to the office, I just got like another little Amazon Echo in the bathroom. So the Amazon, actually, no, it's the Dot in the bathroom. It's the Echo out here. So like, it's set up on the same group so that music plays continuously throughout the office. And whenever I come in, like, after it's closed, I'm like, Alexa, play drum and bass on the office group. And then it just bombs it. I love it. It's so much fun.
Sweet.
But yeah, I don't know, drum and bass, like, especially to work to.
Yeah. We were talking about this when I was doing designs. We were like, we got this!
The Frw Fam collection was fueled by 150 BPM. It was cruising.
I didn't really have a big grasp on the distinguishers of different genres until recently, until I became a DJ at Chapman Radio, DJ Richter scale. I always kind of,
shaking the earth.
Yeah, okay, so I have a whole earthquake theme going on. So I'm DJ Richter scale. I start off every show with Good Vibrations by Slander and Nightmare. Mm-hmm. And my opening line is coming at you live with them seismic beats.
Nice. That's something I can support for sure.
Yeah, I'll find out my DJ time next Wednesday. So that'll be fun. But yeah, I feel like it takes kind of a while to be able to distinguish EDM music genres. Mm-hmm. Because, obviously I still can't be like, oh, that's jungle bass, that's blah, blah, blah. Like, I can't do those, but I can definitely be like, oh, this is house, this is drum and bass, this is hard style.
Yeah.
And before, when I just broke into it, someone would be like, oh, like, that's hard style. I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, how do you know that? For sure. From that, it's almost like the progression of the EDM.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you come in and you're like, you just learn and you learn and you learn and you learn. Only recently I've been able to sort of like jump back into the music of it. Music is what drew me into it, obviously, in the beginning, but then the company is like, just
sucked you in.
Exactly. All of my time went to like learning how to grow Shopify stores and e-commerce development, as opposed to like what's the new artist, who's the new thing. And so I rely on some like different media outlets and websites and stuff to like see what's kind of happening and stay up to date. Is there any like website or other websites that you go to like listen to, or how are you finding your music and artists?
So I used to be a heavy SoundCloud user.
That sounds like a bad thing.
Yeah, SoundCloud. Yeah, I know. It's a bad thing.
I'm a user.
Yeah,
I'm a heavy SoundCloud user.
It does sound
like
bad.
A street drug.
So, obviously SoundCloud has its limitations because it's, rappers. I just did air quotes. Nice. And different really weird remixes to already really prominent songs. So, it's good for, mashups and stuff. But I would say it's definitely not something to heavily rely on as far as finding new and improved music from artists and such. But now I've gotten onto Spotify, and it took me a minute to build my Spotify account. But now they have these really awesome 2 features that I'm totally obsessed with. One is Release Radar, which is it takes all of the artists that you follow and it spits out all the music that they just released within the last 2 days or whatever. Yeah. And then also discovery playlist. So they just throw out randomness from things that sort of sound like what you've already listened to, and I found some amazing gems on there.
That's
or
cool.
Songs that I heard at a festival and you don't
forget.
know what it is, and
Yeah.
then you're like, how like how am I gonna find that?
That's so cool. Well, we'll definitely have to like collaborate on getting some playlists up too, Miss DJ Richter Scale.
Oh yeah, you know it.
But yeah, I mean, guys, like if you are looking to sport some sick FRW fam merch, Ricky will obviously keep bringing out some Halloween and holiday, future lines. But for now, and actually maybe we'll start working in some like music stuff too, which would be really
Definitely.
cool. But you can catch that if you go to the collections tab on the website. It's the first one up there. I had to give it the respect it deserves. FRW Fam collection. You can click there and check it out.
I totally poured my heart and soul into the FRW Fam collection. It is my baby. And if you guys want to see any other designs that, sound really awesome to you, hit me up at ricky@freedomravewear.com. Let me know. I'll take it into consideration and enjoy all of the merch that I've created because I love it like a child.
Like a moonchild.
Like a moonchild. And that concludes the first season of the FRW podcast. Look forward to a new theme song by none other than Bass Tactic in the new and coming season. Until then, have a good night, guys. Bye.